"What did I have?" said the fine old woman. "What did I have?" the fine old woman did say. "I had 4 green fields, each one was a jewel, but strangers came and tried to take them from me. I had fine strong sons who fought to save my jewels. They fought and died, and that was my grief," said she. Hello, my name is Carla Williamson. I am of Irish heritage. My maiden name was Hegarty. My mother was a Kelly. I carry a Scottish name by marriage, but that's another story. The lyrics to the song I just read were from Tommy Makeham's 4 Green Fields. This song was one that I heard all of my youth, but never knew the meaning. Sure, it had meaning when Mom won the Massachusetts State Lottery show, and she had chosen 4 green for the bouncing ball to spin and land on, and therefore winning her pot of gold. My parents had no stories of their Irish heritage to share with us. There was silence. The silence has actually been disturbing. I wanted to know my family's stories of their days in Ireland, but alas, I resigned to the silence. I had recently read Timothy Egan's book, The Immortal Irishman, the Irish revolutionary who became an American hero. This hero is Thomas Francis Muir, and he is anything but silent. I decided his story was for me and for all of the Irish. Thomas was born into a wealthy Irish Catholic family in Waterford on August 3rd, 1823. He was not content to live a life of luxury and privilege, while most of his fellow Irishmen led a life of starvation and deprivation. Shortly after college graduation, Thomas joined the Young Ireland movement. He would speak to crowds of people, encouraging them to fight for the right of Ireland for the Irish. One of Muir's fellow members to the movement was William Smith O'Brien. O'Brien spoke to a packed Conciliation Hall saying these famous words: "The Englishman is proud of his country. The Scotchman is proud of his country. The Frenchman thinks there is no country but his own. Shall Ireland be the only country in which nationality is forbidden?" Muir and O'Brien were not the only men to speak out and risk punishment. John Mitchell, a gentleman by birth, would not keep silent when it came not only to British rule but British control. Mitchell declared it was not the failure of the potato crop that killed the Irish, but the political economy. "John Mitchell and Thomas Muir, you have been found guilty of treason." Mitchell, Muir, and Smith O'Brien were all charged guilty of treason. They were all sentenced. But with the change in the Crown's mind, they were no longer sentenced to death, but to life as prisoners in Australia on the island of Tasmania. They boarded the brig the Swift for what seemed inevitable, banishment for life. But the story does not end there. No, this is the true story of the Irish. Loyalty, duty, and desire for justice may be squelched for a time, but the driving force of hope would and will never die. These men all escaped the penal colony. They would be living proof that all hope has not been lost. When I finished Egan's book, it dawned on me the true meaning of the song 4 Green Fields. It was this story, the story of Muir, Smith, and O'Brien, and numerous others who fought for Ireland, who wanted Ireland forever, but most importantly were hopeful for Ireland, hopeful forever. So I cling to the story as my own. My heritage has been one of hope ultimately, and may it ultimately remain so. But my sons have sons, as brave as were their fathers, and my 4th green field will bloom once again, said she. Ireland forever, forever hopeful.